That's very weird.
You know what's going on.
I kind of do. All right, everyone, we are live. Hello to the people. You must look over there.
The Zalmer.
What do you guys think of our summer set design? I thought we were going to put this thing to use somehow. If people can just tell us that we do have a show, that'll be quite lekker. Send a little car. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's Samantha van Niekerk, legend supporter. Thank you so much for that gift. I appreciate it. I'm sorry,
what did they give you? What did she give you?
I got like a hair growth product thing. It's so very careful. Those are the cool things you get.
For your arsehole.
For my arsehole.
For your arsehole.
For the kop en oh, yes, look at that.
Yes.
Oh my.
Sam, it's not working.
I haven't started it yet. I haven't even opened it. Thank you, Sammy, legend. How's everything? Okay, Nick Ennis, you're on. Okay, thanks, Brian. Okay, so basically, watch our P's and Q's, which is
because your thing just started automatically.
No, it didn't. I clicked it.
Oh.
I don't know how to do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Nick, how's the sound? The two mics balanced. Say 1, 2.
How's it?
Oh,
1, 2, 1, 2. Loud laugh.
No. Okay, sweet.
Okay, lekker.
There's a bunch of people. Oh, let me put the link in if you guys want to phone in at any stage. Right. You copy and paste this link, what I are about to put in.
You know how many times I wanted to come in on that link and then...
But you got to... Thanks, Nikki. Okay, so you got to copy the link and then open it in the Chrome browser or on your phone. You got to open a Safari browser.
I'm not... I've tried to many times. I actually tried on the car one, but he kept going offline.
What, did you try to call in?
Yeah. But you did do that thing 3 times. So
I did. But I actually got through. We've had like 2 people call in during the show. We had like 2 people call in. Yes. Meanwhile, shout out to Bowtie, Heart Bay, but this is
Owens.
This is the mild, guys, and this is just chilies in here. Ooh, but it's good.
It's nice, but it's
a big bottom. So we've been planning this for quite a while. There's been a lot of talk.
There's a lot of like, yeah.
Maybe too much talk.
Yeah.
This is Theo Crous. Bloody Theo Crous. What do you think? What do you think of the...
I don't know, it's like something you can put into a car.
After I had Gio on the show.
Hydrogen
infused water, bra. It's
made
with bits of real hydrogen and plus water.
What does it do to you?
It's a natural dietary supplement created by nature, driven by science. Can't go wrong.
Sounds like something you put in a car.
Conversely, this super healthy drink, probably not as good.
Ralph Kumbia, can you put this in the car?
Can you put it in the car? Exactly.
He will know.
Who's this?
He owns Motown Spares.
Okay.
He's a buddy of mine. When I used to have money before the drugs.
Barbara wants to know, why are you smoking? She thought you quit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, this whole show is supposed to be about quitting, and now you are opening.
Yeah.
Opening up with a cigarette.
Opening hydrogen.
Drinking hydrogen, smoking cigarettes, eating chilies like no one's business. All right, so we just thank you to everyone who has checked in. If I can ask you a big favor, the best thing you can do for content creators like us, bro. Oh, geez, we got some already. Jeez, like it, eh? I think we're gonna have to wear headphones.
Is it? Why?
Well, how else are we gonna hear him?
Who?
I'll put him up in the monitor. We've got a guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Check it out, bro.
What is that? I can't see anything.
I know. You don't need to. It's fine. Okay, let's go. Oh, oh no, you must be able to. Yeah. Oh, what, dude? This might unplug everything. Hold on. Wait, Theo.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Wait. Other.
How's it now?
Oh, it's terrible. But it's you on there. Okay, let's see if we can hear. Say hello. Hello? Oh, Nevi.
Testing.
Where is he?
What is Nev doing?
Testing 1, 2.
No, we need to talk quickly.
1, 2.
I wonder if the audio is going through.
I don't know.
System audio interview. Nothing
Nev.
coming through in the interview.
Nev, I don't know, eh?
Nevi. This is not looking good.
Change connection quick.
You know what, we might not
Nev,
take...
you're early.
Where
We
you?
wanted to start the show.
I don't know why the audio is not coming through.
Into it.
You know what, Nevi, thank you. I'm gonna say thank you for trying, but it's looking like it's not working, my brother. I'm so sorry, boy. So big shout out from us. Thank you, bro. I can't hear your audio, and we need to.
We need to first.
This needs to be the Theo Crous story.
Yeah.
So this is actually not an interview.
This is not
show.
the Nev story.
Exactly.
Nev.
Okay, hold on, cheese brew. This is going to unplug and just kill the whole show right now. I mean,
Right.
Really should have planned that better.
Okay, is that
Nevi, we closing links.
Bye, Nev. Thank you.
It was a bad.
It was a bad choice. Milk was a bad choice.
Sorry, Nev. Love you. Interview on, interview off.
Oh, that's good.
I say close that. Let's get the comments up. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, sure. Where doth we even begin? For those who, I mean, is there anyone logged on here who doesn't know who? What do you guys think of the Sama set design? By the way,
It's mine, eh?
there we go. I think we can get even closer. Yes, it's Kev.
That's good.
Finally.
Oak spent so much money on that award. And I think they ran out of gold one year and they did a glass one.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
No. We're getting Howzit here from Eileen and Alexis. All right, let's cut to it. So, great story. You started with the Spring Up New Girls. What year did you guys form? Let's go through that quickly.
Okay, so we started 90. I met Arnu 93.
Okay.
So Arnu he dated this girl called Alien. We used to call her Alien. After Arno left her, she's Alien.
Alien. Okay.
And then I stayed friends with her until she had another boyfriend, and he left, and she was Alien again. And I dated another girl. They were staying in the similar.
Okay.
We didn't both date
At the same time.
at the same.
Why not? That's a lot of bands do that.
Yeah. That was later. Really, we had self-respect when we met each other. And so I met him there, and I never heard Arno was like built like Bruce Lee. I mean, he still has a physique, but
This kind of
like you,
Yeah.
almost exactly like you,
Well, let me just get that open a bit more.
like that.
Yeah. Okay, Kev.
Like moose.
So like that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is kind of how it was.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he used to like Meat Puppets, the Meat Puppets, and
What's
he
a
liked
Meat Puppet?
Sonic Youth, Meat Puppets that band.
They're a band. I didn't even know.
and Sonic Youth. Nirvana did a Meat Puppets cover. Oh,
really? Is that them? Jeez, I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
a
know.
Meat Puppets.
Okay, Kev.
And
I'm being all complex about my bare chest.
I
I was all
Yes.
funny kind of like,
that's why
hey.
I didn't wear
Ooh.
my thing tonight.
Oh, I see.
I wanted to.
Oh, no, sweet.
And then so, yeah, he used to like, he liked Nick Cave and the Tindersticks, this band from Belgium, and like all these funny bands. And I was really into metal. Like I really liked Pantera and Slayer, and
Yeah.
I had this ridiculous guitar. I don't know if you remember Ibanez Gem with the handle.
Seven string.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you a shredder? Did you used to?
I couldn't really shred. the hard, but I thought the guitar will help if I look like one.
Exactly.
And so Arne, he said one day, well, don't I want to play a couple of songs with him? And I went and fetched my Ibanez gem from the thing, and we jammed. And
he was like, "You're a fucking amazing."
Yes, man, we should make a band.
Really?
Yeah.
So this was
I didn't
93.
expect him to, because he was listening to all this weird ass bands that I now love.
Yeah.
But like then I didn't, anyway. So
Okay, so this was 93. You guys started.
this is 93. Yeah.
Okay,
So
and then was it just the two of you who jammed at first?
it was just the two of us, and then in Stellenbosch they had a jam night.
Yeah.
Like every Thursday, you could go jam it upstairs.
Remember those days? Remember the good old days where they used to encourage
Yeah.
music?
Yeah. No,
Not so much, Mister, anymore.
not many
Greetings,
more.
Joseph from San Francisco. Legend, Joseph. How's things going? Sending love from South Africa, man. Hope you're well, boy.
So yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
So
So
then,
then,
okay.
then Francois and Bloomer, Arne
Yeah.
Bloomer, they were at the jam night, and so we went and we played with them at the jam night. We actually played with Francois first, and then Francois, we said, "Don't you have a bassist?" Because me and Arne like, we have to start a band
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah,
Start a band, let's go.
Mm.
And we went to the jam night, and he said, "Yeah, he knows this bassist." And Bloomer was downstairs, but Bloomer had like very bad eyes
Yeah.
at that point, so he had like chutney bottle brille,
Okay.
like for every dick. He had an operation
Chutney
later.
bottle.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they had a band called Moaning Lisa.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
very like.
Oh no, streets. No, that's Shandy's.
Yeah, they're in Stellenbosch.
That's Handel's, but.
band, bro. And so then so we got together and we wrote half of our album in like 2 weeks.
Which
Half
album
of our
was it?
first album, Neanderthal. Neanderthal
okay.
1. We wrote.
Did in 2 weeks.
We did in 2 weeks. And then there was this other guy called Michael Lister who took some photos of our Nude Girls show or our jam nights.
Mm.
And there was one photo of me looking like a Neanderthal man. And Arne said, "Well, you can't we put that on the cover?" And I thought, well, it doesn't look like me. It's fine. It doesn't look like me at all. So it's cool.
Yeah.
But then later on, it became like when we did this last single, Rolling Thunder, there's another photo of me. And Arne's like, "Can we use that photo of you?" I'm like, dude, people are really going to think that I'm like, I have to be on the fucking cover. So anyway, so we did that. And then Adrian was actually with me in school.
Yeah.
He was Groot Christen then.
Yeah.
Who later on wasn't a Christian
Just
anymore.
while we're speaking about album covers, Henry Engelbrecht passed today. That's the news that we got of the legend
Shame,
photographer.
man.
So our thoughts and prayers and condolences go out to Henry, legend in the music business.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's hectic, bro.
Man.
Okay, so Neanderthal Man, you guys started in 93. When was the first time all five of you got on stage and
Okay, so
started
the first
mudding
time, so
people?
it was actually a funny story. So the Stones came out in '94, and we weren't really a band, but I was very. I thought I was like being like very like, what do you call it? Proactive. I'm going to be proactive
Well
and
done.
see if the Stones don't need an opening act.
100%. That's amazing.
So I phoned the agent, but it's landline still. I don't know who brought over the Stones, but I found out somehow. And I phoned the office, and this girl picks up.
Who do you, just the record company that you knew that they were with? Or?
Yeah, the agent. I don't know if it was Roddy or
Yeah.
they brought them over,
Or
but
Ati or whatever,
but I
yeah.
found out who they were, and I phoned.
No ways. And he said, we're a band.
I said, "Hi, we. I just want to know if you guys have an opening act for the Rolling Stones." And she says, "Who are you with?" And I said, "Springbok Nude Girls." And she goes, puts the phone down. I'm like, "Oh, guess that's a no then." But I do think I met her later. Like, anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you've almost.
yeah. When the Spin Doctors came over and Tracy Chapman, we got booked to
So-
play with them.
right.
And then I met her. I met that girl. I
And
can't remember what her name was.
Did that girl recall that she had hung up on?
No, I
on the
didn't
budding-
want to.
the
I
budding
just said,
Spoonie girl.
yeah, this is me. We spoke before.
Mm.
But it was funny. But so then the Stones gig fell through.
Oh shit!
This is how I told the band.
What, the Rolling Stones?
No,
Oh.
but that's
Is that how you broke it to them?
that's how I broke it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, because in my mind we were already opening for them.
Yeah.
Even though the girl laughed in my face, I said it fell through, guys. It fell through. And then my girlfriend at the time were the PR person for a place called the Nielsen in Stellenbosch. It's like a student center.
Yeah, I remember the Nielsen we played there.
Yeah, so they booked Johnny Clegg.
Yeah.
And so we got booked to support Johnny Clegg, but more just because I knew her. I don't think it's because of anything else.
Yeah. Had they even seen the band?
No.
There's a message coming in from a certain Michelle Crous saying, Liefie, bring melk huis toe asseblief.
Lekker.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just so you
Thanks,
know.
baby.
And then in the other, there's another one that says from Emerense Kutsia, Theo was die hottest guitarist. Still hot, net ouer.
Ag, jare.
As hy Emerense
Dankie.
controversial. I told you guys it's going to be groundbreaking, but check
Yeah.
out this. We do like
Yes, yes, bro.
we've got wives and fans on the same like feed.
Yeah.
Like we don't care.
We don't discriminate. And so we got booked for that show, and many people saw us at that show.
Which one? Which one?
At the Johnny Clegg show.
the Johnny Clegg at Nielsen.
And it was also the first time that we wore dresses. We performed in dresses.
Where did that idea come from?
I think it was me and Arno, but me and Arno kind of like wear it's like a thing.
It's a bit of a thing.
Yeah. So it's like,
We've had a
kind
few
of like
parties in
you
dresses.
like wearing it, but it would be awkward if you wear it at home. So
Well, not in the dungeon room.
And
There's
now
one
when
place you can wear dresses.
now when you tell your wife stuff like, oh, we have to wear dresses again,
Yeah, I know.
but it's awesome.
Yeah, and then she does the ironing for you, which is lekker.
Yeah.
All the seams
Yeah.
are lekker.
All the seams are lekker, yeah. And so so from there on we started getting shows, and playing. Me and Carstens also fought. Yes, we fought. The first year of the Nude Girls, we fought every day.
Carstens.
Yeah, and then never again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we had a moors of fucking year of
Tumultuous honeymoon.
fighting,
Yeah.
like when you just get to know, and then we didn't fight anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's not
we used to
bad.
get so angry.
Oh, no, why?
Yeah, he used to sound.
Why, man? Okay, let's
So-
get to the nitty gritty. When did the drug start?
Yes, dude.
When did
okay,
you
so,
start?
Okay, so
Was
right.
it pre or post band, or did
Pre-
the drugs come with the band, or were you dabbling
No,
already?
well, I used to get stoned before rugby.
That's not drugs. That's weed. It's,
Oh,
that's 100%.
That's that cool.
Oh, bro, it's 100%. It's,
Bro.
it's natural, bro. It's made with like it's created by nature, it's discovered by science.
I used to remember. Have you tried playing rugby by stoned? Yes, it's
No,
so fucking.
yes.
I used to be in the E team in school, and we
The
used to-
E team.
We used to, yeah, Eagles.
Well, that
And we
actually
used
took
to bang
ecstasy.
a pipe before we go play, and it's just like I don't know what I'm doing.
You just
I scored
pass
it.
the
Yeah,
ball
pass
forward.
the ball. I
the
scored
ball
a
to the
try
ref.
on the 22.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I fully thought I was scoring it. I was like, shit! Crous, he's knocking down. Ah!
you moet fuck off nog.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So the first time we did hard drugs. So we had this manager, which I can't now. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Whatever his name is.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't give anyone's name.
He was a manager, but he also doubled as an E dealer.
Okay. That's. I mean, that's.
But
a
it's
common
just
thing.
like a good thing for a manager to have at that point in
It's, a
time.
it's your side hustle, bro.
Yeah. So it's obviously not making. So he took the trip with us, and we went. We drove. You remember Silos?
Yeah.
Silos, Carfax, which used to be a
Yes.
place called Silos.
Yeah,
and they
in
had
town.
this- yeah,
In
they-
Joburg.
Yes.
Yes,
And
yeah.
they booked us for the show.
Wow.
My friend Matjan, I think he booked us for the show. Paid us $400.
Balling, bro. Balling.
And on the way up, on the way down from that show, we played the show. Our manager selling E, and then.
How else are you gonna pay for your road trip?
And then on the way back he had more E, but this time also acid.
Oh my god.
So,
had you not taken acid
as we
before?
left, I'm driving my mom's car.
Oh
we
my
got
God.
my mom's car for the trip. Sorry, mom. We don't.
Yeah.
And
Mom-
so
mom shouldn't
he
be
gives
watching
us
this one.
each this purple ohm.
Purple
We
ohm.
take a purple ohm,
A whole one, whole paper.
a whole purple ohm.
Oh.
Each me and Carstens, lekker driving. And so we drive, but obviously as we're driving, it's coming. We're coming on, so we're like,
I couldn't think of anything worse.
you know,
Like Crous.
and they're all tripping because we're now playing music, and it's people are vibing, and Arno's giving me a massage, and it's like that's vibe, and we drive, and I don't know if you know that turnoff that goes from Colesberg. There's a place in Colesberg that if you carry on with that road, you end up in Nopewood.
Yes.
You have to take the turnoff.
Yeah,
it's like the N1, but it's also a turnoff.
Yes, I do know it.
So we drive.
Oh my god.
And the road gets
acid's
smaller.
kicking.
It gets smaller. I'm like, jeez, fucking this is.
Oh my word.
Arno's stripping his ass. And eventually we end up in Nopewood. So we drive in Nopewood. But now it's like, we're like 3 hours into this acid trip now. And we thought, let's go to the hotel. This is the thing to do.
Yeah.
So we go into the hotel. We knock. It's like 3 in the morning.
In Oakwood.
We need to
But
stay.
Oakwood's like Vus, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's not lekker, And we know there's a rehab there as well, so it's another fuck up.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god, and you're
so now
tripping.
we're going in there, and we're still laughing. And we ring the bell, and there's no one there. And Carsten says, maybe they killed everybody. Maybe everyone's
my
killed.
God.
And we're like, maybe everybody's dead. And we're like, guys, we have to remove all our fingerprints. Now we're like removing fingerprints off the thing, off the bell. We're like doing this vibe, like.
Oh my god, it's a crime scene now, obviously.
It's a crime scene.
Yeah.
We're like, well, this is fucking people are going. How many people are dead?
Oh my god, you really thought the whole town was
4 people. Is the whole town dead? Who killed them? We're like, oh fuck it. So now we drive out of Nopewood, but we still don't know where the fuck we are, because I was driving. It's my first time on acid. I don't know where I'm driving, so we drive.
Bro, how do you even drive on acid?
I don't know. We just drive. We're driving and we can't go far, so we find a place. It seemed like 4 hours, but it was probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we drive and we get to a turn off, and we're like, this is awesome. I can remember we're playing reggae. It's LKJ. We're like, this is fucking man, bro. Lekker, let's go. We're like lying underneath the stars, and we just fuck. And then me and Arno check to the left, and there's a big fuck off sign on the left to us that says Dynamite Blast Zone. And it says, and they got dates. It says next blast.
Now.
But there's fuck all. There's no date. Like,
you thinking,
back in the car.
Oh my god.
They're gonna blow this place.
Oh my god.
So eventually we're like, we have to drive now. So we drive. And for some reason, we ended up in New Bethesda, where the Owl House is.
Okay.
This is like, so we drove from Nopewood, got back to the N1, drove on, got to Graafrenet. I don't know how the fuck we got there, but we end up at the Owl House. We're now at the Owl House. But now we've started taking E as well, because...
Of course.
Yeah, because there
dealer's
wasn't
got
any
too
acid
much.
left.
Yeah.
There wasn't any acid left,
more
so
than
we
he
take
had
some
before
E.
he left. And your manager, I mean.
And now, I don't know if we ever gave him back the money, because Arno had this thing, is like, he doesn't more, but he doesn't know what the repercussions is going to be when he has to give the money back later.
Yes.
Because it's like more, and then the next day, it's like, dude, you owe me $500.
Yeah. Like, huh?
Really? What? Yeah. So we go into the Owl House, and you take a tour. But now we're all like this, when you're touching the oak shoulder, like...
Oh my god. In the Owl House.
You're sitting in the Owl House.
Now you're candy flipping.
I don't know if you've been in the Owl House.
No, it sounds like hell. I
It
mean,
is
all
like,
respect, I'm sure it's a
she
wonderful
made all
place.
this awesome. Helen Martin's made this beautiful
No,
stuff.
I'm sure it's amazing. I'm just saying on
No.
acid and ecstasy, no.
Yeah, no.
I would
There's
not be
beer
happy.
bottles of things, and there's stuff through the window, and this old topic called
How did you get to the Owl House? You
I don't
were
know.
trying to find out who the killers were at Nopewood.
No.
You've just been dusting your fingerprints. You're
Yeah.
actually the worst criminals ever.
I know, but it's now daytime, so it's now we've driven through the night. Anyway, so this guy gives us a tour, Koos Molgas. I don't know if he's still alive, but he helped Helen Martin sculpt this owls and the sting of Jesus and whatever. And so he's taking us through a tour by the house. But every time I look at Carson's got this look in his eyes like suggestive, you know. So Koos is like, and there's other people with us, like German tourists and people. It's not just us.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah,
40
it's
people.
It's an actual tour.
We're standing.
You guys just happen to be the two band members completely tripping off your balls.
We're just standing there, and then the guy goes, and this is where she bathed. He shows us the bathroom, and Carson's like,
Hey Theo, careful now. Carson's a family man.
No,
This is your story.
It's a long time ago.
It's not the Carson's story. This is
Anyway,
your story.
so I was like,
yeah, you were.
yeah, I was like, and every time we get to another room, I get the same look. Eventually, I think we fell asleep in that.
Koos is still alive, by the way, in case you were wondering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thanks, Hilde.
Thanks, dankie, Hilde.
Dankie, Hilde.
Anyway, yeah, so we drove home. But the other thing that comes from taking acid is that it takes a week or two to recover from this, from the trip.
Right.
And I remember, like, we used to phone each other as a band, and it's landline. So you know, a landline. I don't know if you remember that when you phone your girlfriend Standard 7, you're like,
Ja.
I say, "Da, Tannie."
Ja, nee.
Nee.
Ek sal terugbel.
Sy's by Stella.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ja.
Fucking wag jy nou maar.
Ja.
So same with Arno.
Ja.
And so then we phone each other and go like, is jy al terug? You know, like,
Ja.
it seems like you're not ever going to get out of the acid trip ever. You know, when you take so much acid, when you go like, yes, it's been a week. You know, it's been a week and you
still haven't come down.
It's not nice. You're
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh,
Jeffy.
And I phoned, I know, imagine how, I know this is my story, but just imagine. So Arno was a litho machine miner. He worked at a print thing,
Ja.
a print company.
I'm trying to get the Jeff cam going.
And
But not too much about Anna now. Eh?
no.
Okay,
But he worked at he worked at a printing thing, so he had to work on the colors. He had to test the colors that goes into the printing machine to print the printing stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So imagine you're like, when you're on acid, and you watch, you're supposed to be the guy regulating the colors. You're supposed to be that guy. You must see if yellow is yellow and red is red. I don't know how I did that.
Oh my word. And he still hasn't recovered.
He still, he still can't see anything.
Okay, so we've covered weed, LSD, ecstasy. That's one road trip.
There was one road trip, and then obviously from there on,
Yeah.
for the next couple of years, that was the vibe. It's the vibe that you go on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you
Natuurlijk.
play. Many times we were playing Rustless Valley the one year, and I dyed my hair red, but like moose, like fire engine red. And I think it was us. It was us, then another band, then Koos Kombuis, I think it was the other band.
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, if we drop the acid,
Oh no.
like now.
Oh my God.
So no, it was Koos Kombuis, then us, then whatever. And so if we drop the acid in Koos's set, so then or like the last song of his set, then will come on, and then the last three songs of our set will be lekker.
I know the story. Tell us.
Yeah.
This I need to hear.
And so Koos was delayed. We took the acid and he was delayed for so long. It seems like so long. And I think he was delayed for 2 hours.
Oh, who Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Oh fuck.
and they're like, yes, it's you guys now.
Did you all take the whole band?
Well, the whole band except Adrian. Can you imagine you're like the guy,
Oh man.
you're the guy that didn't take the acid.
Oh man.
You didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh dude.
And they're like, listen guys, it's your thing now. And our drummer, Franz was like, what am I? You know, he's not even like how am I going to play drums? He was literally
what
like,
is am?
what
Am I?
What he looked at his drumsticks and he said, "What is this?" That's how it's like. What is this? It was so like, oh yes.
I get such anxiety thinking about this right now. Oh,
And like I could see a buddy of mine, Dave, call him Dave. His real name is Dave, but let's call him Dave. So we took drugs at the same time. And then he went into the crowd, you know, to watch the show.
yeah.
And so I'm playing the show and I'm like amazed that I'm standing. I'm amazed. I look at Carstens and I'm amazed. Like, I cannot believe I'm standing. And I see my buddy Dave in the audience falling over. On the same drugs.
We
Like
took
going,
the same drugs you
we
did.
took the same drugs at the same time and he's going and goes,
So you just panic from there on. You're like,
I was
fuck.
like, oh, yeah,
Well, fuck. How are you? I mean, are you guys even playing? Is it?
I don't know how it sounds. I mean, to us, it sounds magnificent.
Did you ever get feedback from someone go?
Apparently, yeah, like some oaks said, I remember we played Up the Creek once, and Anthony also said, like, bless his heart, he also passed away. And he said, it's very good songs, very good. But are they all like 15-minute songs?
We actually
played
jamming the fuck out of
like Bubblegum on Boots, which is like a 4-minute song
Yeah.
in 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So I can just imagine how it looked to someone that's not on something, just someone just looking at the show, and basically all we're doing is this.
And so when you see your buddy fall over,
Yes.
do you start to panic?
Yeah, then I'm panicking. So then I'm said to Arden, listen. Well, I couldn't say listen because the music's loud. I'm going.
You're like,
I'm like, nah. So we walk to each other and we just start laughing. I stop playing and we start laughing. That's what happens. Like,
on
like,
stage.
listen, dude.
Yeah.
Band meeting
Yeah.
on the stage. Band meeting.
Present.
Band meeting.
Present.
Let's just turn our backs to the audience because this is too much for us. This is too much. We can't deal with it.
God.
So we just turned our backs to. We played the rest of the show just facing the other side.
Oh my God. And Adrian's going,
Adrian's going like this. Let's. You guys.
freak. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I
So
can't actually believe that.
that was fun.
Which show was that?
So it's actually a combination of two shows. The one was Riceless Valley, and the
right.
other one was Up the Creek. Was Up the Creek.
Was this Up the Creek?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, Franny, our manager,
Yeah.
came to look for me later, as I heard.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find me, and they found me underneath a combi. Because apparently, I saw something in the sky, and I thought it was going to come fetch me.
Yeah.
As you do.
100%. It's
And so they couldn't find me, and apparently I was lying underneath this combi.
that's why they couldn't fetch you, because you're under the combi here. Supposed to shoot a flare to the
He's
space to the space
And
people.
apparently he said, like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, they want to fetch me. They're looking for me. Franny's like, listen, dude, nobody's looking for nothing. It's just, the stories that people tell you, you're like, did I really do that? And it's
my
like,
God.
no, you definitely did that.
I mean, those are wild years. They were actually, if you think about the 90s in South Africa, were pretty wild. But you guys, I must say, you guys win it, because Ginger, we were.
I heard stories.
No, listen, there will be stories.
Yeah.
Stories are exactly that, stories.
Yeah.
But no, Yux took the cake a little bit on the rock and roll side of it.
But I think also, like, realistically, if you look at South Africa, we had closed borders up until 1994. And
Yeah.
then with our borders opening, I think there was drugs in South Africa. I think it probably was just a bit harder to come by.
Yeah.
And I think that couple of years, that 90s to 2000s was especially flooded with a whole bunch of narcotics. Coming, the borders opening, people dropping, and we're like halfway to other places. So they drop off shit here on the way. We're halfway. So yeah, so I think that's what happened there.
Okay, and then, sorry for all the chewing noises in this other microphone, everyone. It's highly unprofessional.
Just. I say, yeah.
All right, so then for me, I want to, because I think as most people experiment and dabble and go through their lives in the cocaine phase, I think there's a few people who don't make the leap into the big H.
No.
Because that's as we know.
That is pretty much downwards from there.
Yeah. So that's a big one. When
Yeah.
do you remember clearly the first time you tried it?
Yeah. So just to rewind back, so when I was 25 or 26, I started having pancreas issues from all the drinking. So I had pancreatitis, I don't know how many times.
Oh wow.
I didn't have medical as well, so I used to go lie Tigerberg. Because my good friend Dion is a doctor.
Shout out to Dion Cabana. I mean, really, how's that for an angel on this?
Yeah, dude.
How's that, Dion?
I think
Big love,
I
boy.
said to him the other day, I said, I probably owe you like 5 million rand. At least. At least 5 million.
I'm just thumb sucking.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had 5 million rand, I would give it to you.
I would have to give it to you
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
If I win the lotto, I have to give you 5 million first. Because I think my file, I always go there. I'm like, yeah,
Dion Cabana is the big. Like, beautiful. Oh,
And
jeez.
Dion's like,
I'm a word.
So, so I had pancreas issues. And I had pancreatitis many times, and they give you morphine and pethidine for the. And I've smoked heroin before, but it wasn't that cool for me. But they gave me the pethidine in hospital, and it alleviated the pain of the pancreas.
Right.
So I was like,
You're like, ooh, that's
"Fuck,
like
this is I know
Oh.
heroin is like it's the same thing. It's just a bit stronger, And then I don't have to drink. That's how my logic
Oh
worked.
my
I was
God.
like, this is
Well, it'd be a heroin junkie. It saves alcohol money.
It saves alcohol,
Just,
yeah.
Oh my God.
But I mean, also maybe just to explain to people that if you go that far down the rabbit hole of using drugs, however crazy it might seem to people, me explaining this, for me it made absolute sense that was the road I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Because that was the next logical step in my mind. It was like,
Yeah.
do heroin. It's just how you think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You think when you're in a, well, yeah, I guess it also counts as like kind of in a rock band. It's kind of the territory. I think a lot more is kind of almost expected and forgiven, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of goes with the territory. It's
Yeah.
not your average oak walking up going, oh, I think I'm
No.
gonna try heroin because I had morphine in hospital.
Yeah, and also like you see, you know how it is when you play shows. Every night you see different people.
Yeah.
So you go from a thing in Neisner, a gig you just had, and you just had a Moorse party, and then you go to PE, and then it's new people. They don't know that you've been staying awake for 4 days, and or whatever, and then and then you're like, hi,
Just excuse me a second. Just go to the bathroom.
I'm just trying to get my shit together.
Gonna freshen up a little bit.
And so you're like, so that thing of like being in a band and touring in a van, and the fact that you're together the whole time is that I think that is maybe the only way that you can deal with each other at that age is to just escape. I'm with 5 people, and you think at that point it's going to be for the rest of my life, and that's probably what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Let's go again.
Yeah.
Not alone. It's
Okay,
always, and
so-
it's always anyway. So
But now, so you already got the taste for the peth
yeah,
and all this morphine.
and then I
in
was
hospital.
like, this is. I went to my other buddy who used to be major smuggling guy.
Okay, we're not saying names right now.
No.
We'll call him.
We call him
character
Jan.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Code.
Yeah.
Call him Jan because
Jan.
there's many Jans.
Jan.
Yeah. And so I said to him, look, can you give me some? And he went, yeah. And he got me
But now, did you know consciously that you were going to now inject this? Because you had
yeah,
tried
because
to smoke.
he said, I said to him, like, I've never injected. Can I, do you mind? And he's like, and And he said, you know what's the best is if you take some cocaine with it, and you do that. And I'm like, yes. And so I remember, like, when I took it the first time, I remember thinking that this is not the last time I'm taking this.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it once when I felt the feeling of heroin. I knew this is not going to be just a one-time thing.
Whoa.
It was like, right.
Oh, game on, baby. It's game on.
Yeah, it was a weird,
Sure.
a weird feeling. It's like almost like, all right, this is it though. This is the thing.
Yeah.
And everybody telling me that it's bad for me, and all of that just goes out the
Stop
window.
with this whole living thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my heroin.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get my heroin on.
Can I just check out if I want when I want to? And so that became and it was only the first month that heroin seems like a feasible idea. That I think I can still handle things, because by that time the band went on a break as well. Towards the beginning of that, the band went on a break.
Okay. So what year was this?
This is 2001.
Oh, is that the first time you ever tried, eh? So you survived most of the 90s, all of the 90s without heroin?
Without heroin, yeah.
Okay.
I think I tried it 2000 and 2001 spiked the first time.
Okay.
And then it was, from 2000, 2001 to about 2002 that was serious heroin use. And I think that I read once that the life expectancy, I think if you inject heroin, it's probably 18 months.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't got long. You can smoke it for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who've been.
Who's that guy? There's
smoking.
someone, that Professor, someone West. I'm going to try and find the link. Professor West, I think. He's actually very controversially been talking about. He's a functional West.
A function heroin addict.
Yeah.
I can't think that he must be.
Carl Hart, sorry.
Carl Hart.
Have you heard of him?
No.
Check it out. I'll just put up. There he is. He's a legend. I'm going to put the link in here. This
I
heroin
don't know how much
professor wants to change about how we think about drugs.
Mm-hmm.
We've miseducated the public. These are all true stories. You know the whole crack and cocaine story. How crack is literally cocaine. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But crack in America, if you get busted with crack, you go to jail for like life, and cocaine is like a 5-year sentence. But it's exactly the same substance.
Oh,
and
really?
it was aimed at the inner cities, and it was a proper racial thing, and the whole. There's a very intriguing story about the crack and cocaine
Crazy
story, and that's how it started. So check this. Here's just an interview with this guy on the link. But his name is Carl Hart, and I think. Just disclaimer, by the way, we're not advocating anything. We definitely say no to all of this. Always, I would never advise anyone to take anything whatsoever.
Well, that's the thing. I think what I wanted to say in the beginning as well is that I obviously found recovery later, and I don't want to do drugs because it really fucked up my life really solidly.
Yeah, no, it can.
So but it would be, there's so much like. We're obviously focusing on really funny stuff that happened. Yeah. But the other 90%
pretty damn dark.
Was pretty damn fucking not nice.
Yeah.
And it's important to have that at the back of your mind. It's funny, but it comes with a whole bunch of fucking.
No, geez, people must understand. We are lucky to be sitting here. I mean, we all are in the first place, considering what we've gone through. But goodness me, we've had some tales in our lives, and our kind of generation have survived some interesting stories.
Some serious acts out there.
No, some crazy stuff. So, but that said, man, there's one thing that I will controversially advocate. And then I did a San Pedro journey about 5 years ago. And I must say, it's a plant. It's not ayahuasca. It's like a mescaline base, I think.
Is it when you were the lizard?
Yeah. It's when I felt quite reptilian. So I definitely won't suggest that anyone does. Like, don't even puff a cigarette ever in your life.
Yeah.
That's it. Also,
Never do drugs, because when you do,
no,
but never do it.
But don't.
Don't do it.
But if you do,
but if you do,
no.
but don't do it.
But no, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But if you no, don't do it ever. Don't.
of course, don't do it. So there's obviously big research coming out with plant medicine. San Pedro, you've seen the Oaks doing a lot of ayahuasca trips, and there's like presidents doing ayahuasca trips and diplomats, and they're all. So that's plant medicine. That's why I said
Or
the word
the computer industry.
Weed was called. It was dacha. It was a drug.
Yeah.
Weed and mushrooms are drugs.
Yeah.
They're not. It's a freaking plant. I'll stand by that forever. I don't regard
Heroin's
it.
a plant.
Well, I guess it is, but it's just the way
Someone
it's
put it
ingested.
through a bit of petrol and
Yeah, it's quite highly processed. It's not exactly in the form that you take it. It's not exactly healing. It's
No.
like,
I mean, that's the thing with me is I cannot take even Miprodol. I have to take Panado.
because it's got what compounds have got in it?
It's got codeine in it,
and
but
codeine.
like any form of, I can give me a chance. I can get addicted to shit. Like I started playing golf fucking 2 years ago, and
we love it.
I wanted to join the tour after 3 months, or I surf, and then like my wife has to remind me, you've surfed 7 times this week.
Yeah,
You have to
work.
You've got a job,
We've got to work.
and a wife and kids,
And you're like,
who
yeah,
you
but I
love.
want to play golf now.
And I'm like, golf, surfing. So
Here's a PSA from Carlos Duarte De Gouveia. Oh, sorry, man, I'm not pronouncing that right. Don't do drugs, guys. Okay, and kids, don't do drugs. Okay. So obviously, that. And there we go. Gary Laight, bloody good surfer too, I believe. He says he's a bloody good golfer. I mean, it's amazing the things that we've had some cool. It can only be considered fun.
When you don't do drugs, or when you haven't even tried drugs in your life, you can be like Jono Sweetman.
Yes.
Who is just a good surfer,
Yeah.
a good golfer,
Yeah.
and
Healthy as
just
fuck,
a good musician.
Fit as anything, a great
He's
musician.
fit, Yeah.
Shout out Jono. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
of course. So different. Obviously, everyone's different
You know?
courses, and it is a remarkable tale that you actually are here to tell the tale, because that is obviously the start of a very slippery slope. In 2001.
Yeah.
At what stage did you realize you were like, oopsie, all the logic that I was applying? Was it when you put a popsicle to someone's back at the McDonald's trying to get cash?
No,
what is that story?
I was briefly. I was briefly in crime, but not really so much. I was a very bad crook.
Yeah.
So
no, I
was a terrible
thief.
crook.
Yeah.
I couldn't try to
That's
rob
why we
people.
us good musos are, well, not good musos, us older musos are broke, because we're terrible crooks. We don't know how to screw people over.
So I was me and my buddy Dan, whatever his name,
Jan
the
second.
not Jan the second. We were on our way to score some crack, and like you do on a Tuesday night, and I don't want to tell him I had any more heroin with me, because
So you were holding.
it's not, heroin's not the thing that you want to offer people at a party and go like, hey, I want to do some heroin.
Yeah, no.
You keep it.
At that stage, it's quite,
It's quite, otherwise you're going to get sick and shit.
it's your stash, bro.
So he said he's just going to buy some crack. So we stopped at a crack house, which I don't know where it is. I don't know where the crack house is.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Of course, I've
And
not been into one.
No, and I can't remember where it was.
Of course, thank God.
So
So there's a crack house. So is it just like some posse in the middle of God knows
it's
where?
some posse
and
in
that's
the-
just where the Oaks sell crack.
Yeah.
And it's just a known
and you
thing
just
on the streets.
get a thing with a thing.
And you go and
the
you
crack
give it and they go,
no, I say.
Go fuck your life up.
Yeah. Fuck it, like we don't care.
We don't care. Yeah.
So he's going into the place to buy some crack, and I'm thinking, well, this might be a good time for me to take the heroin, because he's not there.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Take his heroin.
no, mine.
Oh, to take yours,
So
yeah.
I've got the seat belt around my arm, and I'm
God, dude.
no. Like if you do heroin, like the first,
Seatbelt
you're
around
zero on a contract for the first minute of taking heroin. There's nothing left of you. So I'm like this vibe. And then I hear, And so my buddy robbed the crack house.
While
He
you on
robbed the
heroin.
crack house. I'm on heroin. I can't
my
drive.
God,
And
you
he's like,
can't-
start the car.
Oh my
And I'm like,
God.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God.
And he jumps in the car, and now we're trying to ride away. But I'm like, I don't know where I am. I'm driving. Anyway, so he drove. I think naturally what happened is I think people don't want to draw attention when you have a drug den. I don't think people naturally are going to follow you anywhere
Oh, yeah.
because they might want to protect
Yeah. The crack house.
their crack house.
Yeah.
And so we got away. Yeah, but that was
Right.
weird.
So he tried to rob the crack house.
He did rob the crack house.
I did.
But-
And then he drove while you
Yeah, but I don't think it was like a massive, like a lot of. I think he just asked for crack and then just grabbed
and then didn't
and
pay for it.
ran. You know?
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it was
The
like
crack and run.
like a. Yeah. I don't think it was a case of
A hits and crack.
of him like robbing. Otherwise,
Oh,
we
yeah.
would have been dead.
I think you'd be
think
dead,
they
yeah.
just went like, honey junkie. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You know,
So
that's- all right,
that's fine.
let's just let him go.
There's another crackhead running around. I think
Yeah,
he
I'd say.
scored lots.
Yeah. So so shortly after that, the very last day, like I was on the street for a bit, like not for long, but I remember very vividly I was in my flat, and I've sold everything like you do, and then eventually on heroin you sell everything, and I'm about to lose the flat, and
Yeah.
I've got this cock futon that's just there, and I've got a TV, but it's the old base, those TVs. over
Yeah.
there.
Cathode ray tube.
Yeah,
CRTs.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then you get a thing for SABC 1, 2, and 3 from the body corporate.
Yeah. If you got a switched on body,
you can watch the Monday
if they
memorable movie.
if they actually are organized, and then you go.
Yeah.
We used to get the Mnet prime time. Remember? Do you
Yeah.
Remember it was open from 6
Yeah.
to 8.
Yeah, and then
Something
you can
like
just
that.
watch
You
Igoli.
watch Mnet, and then they cut you off if you don't have.
Yeah, and then
it.
yes, just before the movie.
Yeah.
Aye.
And they do the trailer, and it's
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, they've forgotten
It just
this
goes
time.
like this.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, they've forgotten.
Yeah,
Mnet is forgotten. We're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Definitely. So I'm sitting there, and I've got my last bit of heroin, and I know. I think the next day or so they were going to take my car anyway, and the flat and whatever.
Yeah.
And my life could.
So the only thing you cared about was the safety belt in your car.
Yeah. So the thing is, like I'm thinking, like, what the fuck am I now? I've got no money. I'm watching this cuck TV, and I'm spiking the last bit of heroin.
Oh my goodness.
And I think, like, really, fuck my life. And as I'm thinking that, the TV just goes like it goes. The TV explodes. It's the last thing I had.
Oh, bro, that's the ultimate low.
Because I was like, yeah, man, might want to go porn the TV. That's what I was thinking. And then the TV went. And then from there, I just ended up. I literally left that flat and was on the street, but not for long, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's long.
It's long, eh?
I don't like being on the streets for 20 minutes if I can help it.
No. So I stayed there at a halfway house.
Whoopweg-tyd. Onthou jy, Whoopweg-tyd op MD.
Whoopweg-tyd, ja.
Whoopkyk, ja.
Whoopweg-tyd, dis iets anders.
Well, yeah. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
remove that comment. Yeah,
And so I just before I OD'd twice.
Yeah.
And so the first time I OD'd, I was at my mom's place actually, and it was yes. I
What
felt
year was
so
this?
good.
Can you remember?
It's what you call an icon in recovery.
Okay,
It's like
that's your
something
icon. That's the big trigger moment.
That is like
That's
if
when you
if
knew.
I ever feel like using drugs again, I think of that moment and
Yeah.
how sad my mother was.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to do drugs again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after that OD, I met this guy called Brahm, and Brahm taught me about a 12-step program and all that kind of stuff.
So if you don't mind, talk me through that moment of ODing. Like did you know, or did people around you know? And
They knew, so they called the ambulance.
Okay.
So
do you know what you had done wrong? Because
Yeah.
how do you know
so I was
how
clean
much is too much? And
Yeah, so I was clean for 2 or 3 days, and my body wasn't accustomed to the amount of heroin I was taking.
Right. So you
And I just scored earlier that day a bit.
Oh my God.
And I was like trying to keep it like, cool, I'm just going to do a quarter now. And then by the time I got to my mom's place, I was like, you know, doing another quarter, and that's too much.
Sure.
So I OD'd there, and then they phoned.
Yeah.
They phoned the
ambulance.
Yeah, I remember I phoned a helpline, and I'm actually friends with the girl still today who answered my phone call.
These are angels. These are angels on earth.
Yeah.
They're living angels.
I still know her.
Yeah.
I actually knew her before then. I was like, "Is that you?" She's like, "Yes." And I went,
Oh, no, crazy.
The other weird thing that happened, that was quite significant of that evening, is just before I OD'd, Arno called me, and he was crying, and he asked me to please don't kill yourself, don't die.
Yo.
Like, and literally 5 minutes later, I OD'd.
Spiking. Oh, no, bro,
That was so. All of that stuff for me is an icon. If you ever feel like you want to go back there, this is the reason why you don't go back there. There's people who love you.
Yeah.
And you're at your worst point, and the people who love you are around you, and you still don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That is the
And your
worst.
CRT monitor blows up in front of you. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, like, yes, it's fuck.
Yeah,
Vandaag nou.
No, but all
Yeah.
seriousness, that is
No.
so. Is that part of the recovery thing that you like are encouraged to like focus on that low to kind of keep you on to or is it,
Yeah, well, no, you don't focus, but it's a thing that if you ever feel like your troubles are, what troubles do I have now?
yeah,
Like, sure,
Yeah.
we're musicians, and we, financially, we are all under COVID, and it's, it's like, but really,
yeah. No, we're good. We're
I've
good.
got a
bro.
house. I've got family, I've got people who love me, my kids love me, my wife loves me,
Yeah,
my wife trusts me.
Yeah,
That is amazing.
that's mental. I mean,
I was like a person, you couldn't trust me with anything. If I say to Michelle, I'm going to be home at 8:15, I'll be home at 8:15.
It's like how you trusted me when you held my hand on that last flight to Indonesia.
Yes, I was scared.
Yes.
Oh, my sack.
Oh,
Theo,
for those watching, Theo had a lack of panic attack.
Yes,
on
I had a
our
massive panic
last
attack.
leg getting back to Bilal Beach. Big shout out to the Malherbs out in Indo there, the greatest surfing resort.
Gola
in the world.
Indie Josh.
Yeah,
Chantal.
Chantal, yeah, legends. Can check
Yeah.
it out. But we did this big mission about 2 years ago. It's about 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it's 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
And we're doing legs and legs and legs and legs.
It's
and
that last leg. That
there's
Boeing
one more. It
737.
was a 45-minute flight, and Theo just got on the plane like this, and he just goes, "What?"
Because I used to fly on Valium. I used to be so scared of flying.
Yeah.
And when I stopped drugs, I had to stop the Valium as well. Like, I
Yeah.
had to stop everything.
You used to think you were flying, but you were just
No.
on Valium.
So I had to stop like everything. So it's not just like, you don't just stop heroin, you stop everything. You stop drinking, you stop doing Zol,
Yeah.
everything you stop. Oh, I stopped everything. So when we flew there, I was like, Jesus, I would love to give a fucking Valium now.
Oh, no.
But instead, all I had was your hand.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, it's free.
Yeah.
It's available.
Yeah.
It's always available. But
Just so intense. But you know also that the Boeings, remember the Boeings?
Yeah. The Max ones or what?
The Max, yeah.
Yeah.
They've grounded all
Again,
the Max
I saw
Boeings.
yesterday.
Oh,
I thought of
really?
you. I didn't want to send it to you because I don't. I'm hoping that we can still get to Indo one day. I was like, I don't
They
want to.
grounded all the Max
Again.
fucking Boeings, and
like,
and,
yeah,
and then as we're walking onto that Boeing,
Yes.
it's a Max Boeing.
I know.
And they just grounded them, and
I
I'm
know.
like, yes, I don't know.
I know. I know.
I know that guy from whatever airline it was said to his pilot, "Listen, I don't give a fuck if we're grounded, but we're flying to Indo."
Getting there. Yeah.
Oaks
These
like-
Oaks have got to go. It's a holiday of a lifetime.
Yeah. Yes.
Yo, I just remember.
Yeah. It was so heavy.
Oh my word, that was
That's
nuts.
so heavy. And so, so
Okay, so you're going back to going, we good. However hectic you think it is in your life or not.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing, being
So I remember
grateful.
Brahm introducing me to a 12-step program. I went back from being on the street. I went to Brahm's house. I knew where he stayed. And he actually locked me up in a room. Said, "Daar gaat jy.
Rom.
No fucking...
Cold turkey.
No kak jy."
Yo.
Brahm's an old recce. It stays in Helderberg now, I think. But
Okay.
yeah.
Getting a lot of love coming in on the comments. Just saying, incredible story of recovery and strength and character. Thank fuck you're still around to share your light and talent with us. I totally agree. That is why we are doing all of this. So it's like Loxie and cold turkey. Gat ons.
Ag,
Never mind
het ons
12
cold
step.
turkey. Ag, het hy. Maar fokol. So I've done a withdrawal like a long times. I've tried to be clean. And the withdrawal is always the worst. But then you can get methadone and it makes it easier. But that time, Brahm just said, no methadone. Jy fucking gaan in die kamer, ek gaan nie fucking deursluit. Jy kan 'n fucking panado kry as jy wil.
Yeah.
And I just cold turkeyed for 4. And I think this might be the reason why I haven't taken heroin again in like 19 years.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of cold turkeying with nothing. Like with, there's no alcohol, no sleeping pill, no nothing. Just gunning through that thing, I think is a good... it's another icon. You're just like, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
But I mean, big part of, stopping drugs is one thing, but changing your life is actually what it's about.
Yeah.
You change your friends, you change the way you react towards people, you learn to self-love.
Yeah.
These things are what makes you don't want to do drugs again.
Yeah.
Stopping drugs is fucking, you can fucking,
it's a physical
some addict
thing.
says
It's
you
just
can
a
white
whole,
knuckle.
Yeah. It's a mental shift and it's an appreciation and it's all those things.
So you have to learn how to love yourself from the ground up. That's the thing. It's so funny. Like so in the first year, I'm now in recovery. First year, I meet this hot blonde chick. Her name is Michelle.
Of course.
Yeah. And so the guy Brahm says to me, now listen, you've fucked up many things before, your relationships, everything. You must stay alone for a year.
Yeah.
No sex, nothing. And I'm like, really? He's like,
jeez, bro, I'm just
like,
trying to get over heroin, dude.
He's like, listen, just learn to love yourself. So I meet Michelle, who's now my wife.
Yes.
And we start hanging, but like I'm like 3 months clean, and I'm 5 months clean, and Michelle's 3 months clean. Yeah. So we're closer together than I'm not picking up in a meeting, because it's a big no-no to pick, to try to pick up a woman that's a month clean and you like a year clean.
Right,
You're like together. We come in together. Anyway, so we go, and she hangs out with me for 3 months. But we watch movie every fucking Monday night. We watch the Monday Memorable movie. We watch that movie. I'm not touching her because I want to stay.
Yeah.
Brahm said, my wife eventually thinks I'm gay because I'm not touching her. He tells her buddies, like, that acts.
Yeah.
Fucking
You should see him on an airplane.
Yeah. Yes. So eventually I'm like 11 months. I'm almost there. I've almost made a whole year of celibacy, and I decide that month to tell my wife, to tell Michelle.
Yeah, that you're not gay.
I'm telling her I said, this is the reason.
Yes.
I have to tell you, this is it, and she's listening. And like, I think from all the talking about the sex got me so hot that we eventually just had sex that same night. Like, I can't do it. Yeah, and then we've been together ever since.
That's awesome. How long ago was that? 2001, 2002?
2003 May. So I met Michelle in May of 2003.
So there's two stories that stick out to me. One of them is, and because it's so long ago now,
yeah,
who knows how much of the truth I've embellished or whatever it is, but this is what I remember.
Yeah.
And this is what I tell everyone, and I make stuff up.
That's
how-
just
and
lekker,
That's how
yeah.
Kev's stories start about people's characters.
Yeah.
But you said one night that you got so trashed, or it was the end of a couple of day bender, and you walked up Table Mountain, and
Yes.
you fell asleep underneath the tree.
Yes.
And you woke up the next morning and you were more drunk than you were the night before you fell asleep, only to realize that when you got home that you'd been bitten by a snake. Is that a true story?
That is. That's so funny, that story. You know how the day started?
Yeah.
The day started like this.
Guys, these are funny stories. We're not glorifying it at all.
Yeah.
It's part of our lives, okay? So just get over it.
Yeah.
Log off if you offended.
Yeah.
I'm offended that you aren't offended already.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should be offended.
Yeah.
So I was invited to someone's birthday up at the place called The Loft. It's this bar, this place, this club. And they had a punch.
That is a story.
They
dude.
made a punch of acid punch.
Oh my
So they put like 30, I don't know how many caps of acid they
Yeah,
threw in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but they threw a lot of caps of acid in there.
Oh my word.
And I was so drunk when I got there, and I thought everybody already had their cup of acid. So I took the last, when all the papers, I'm like, nah. And then another friend of mine walks in there and he goes, "How's it?" And he puts another cup of acid in my thing. And as I'm downing it with my black label, and I can feel it's doing this.
Oh no.
So it's like 3 caps, and I'm like, yes.
Oh no, bro.
No goes, bro. So I'm like, oh, yes, fuck it. So I lied there in the loft. I'm not lying there.
Oh god.
I'm like, yes. So eventually, I'm like, I have to go. I have to get home. I stay less than a kilometer
Yeah.
from the loft. And I've got this old combi. And I managed takes me hours to get down to this combi. And I start the combi and it goes like this. I'm like, yes. It starts and it feels like guys doing things. And I'm looking at the bottom and it's like a scrum, like a rugby scrum. They scrum. My combi doesn't have wheels. It's just a rugby scrum. It's scrumming. They go, no. So I'm like, come on, boys, come.
Come now. Yeah.
Let's go.
Bind. Wait. Ready?
Come on, sit.
Crouch. Hold. Okay.
Let's go.
Engage.
So they scrum me home. I'm like shouting at them. They're scrumming me home. And I get to the...
They're scrumming you
They're
home.
scrumming me home.
Said,
I'm like, come on.
kom man, druk hom.
Druk, man.
Ball toe.
Let's go.
So you're in your scrum bus.
I get in my scrum bus and I drive to the cable car.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know where to go. Everybody's pissed off with me already.
Yeah. And these rugby players need a break now.
And the rugby players need a break. And I'm like sitting in my car and something's really bothering my right hand side. Like really bothering me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to look. 'Cause I know if I look,
Yeah.
it's going to be another hour.
It's going to be a yellow card from the ref.
Yeah. I'm like sitting like that. Eventually I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to look. And I look and it's like the whole of Table Mountain. But like the whole of it. Like, and you remember that the never-ending story, there's this rock giant.
Hold on, I think we can do it. Okay, check it. We go. Is that
That's how it went.
Okay, Kev.
And in the never-ending story, there's this rock giant.
Yeah, I remember him.
And so Table Mountain turned into the rock giant.
Oh my god.
And it's speaking to me like, well, and I'm like,
well, young Theo.
yeah. And I'm like, ja,
Jammer,
jammer wel.
Jammer, Jan.
Hij is toch gearrogant. Ja.
Oh,
So I fell asleep there, and eventually, nice, Jeff.
Jeff, excuse me.
He just woke up.
Sorry.
He was like,
What the fuck? Why you guys are talking
And,
so much? I'm trying to sleep.
and so.
So you fell asleep under the
I
mountain.
fell asleep under the mountain.
under a tree.
I was climbing out my car and I was like, oh, this is nice, and chat to Table Mountain. And, I fell asleep. And then when I got back into it, I was like, it's becoming light now. So I didn't really sleep there the whole night. It was like an hour just to get my shit together so I can drive the car further. That's what I'm doing.
So the rugby oaks could take a break.
Yeah,
This-
because they were
the
tired.
forwards of-
They just went up Cliff Street,
Yeah.
Cliff Neck. You know those old combis can
Yeah,
only
yeah.
go 30 k's
Oh,
an
yeah,
hour.
yeah.
It's like,
If you get it just in second gear at the right time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're trying to get your shit together under
And
the
then,
mountain, having a lekker chat.
And then I climb back in the car and I feel so even more fucked. And I'm like, why is it feeling so? Why? This stuff should have worn off
Long ago.
No.
Yeah.
And I just checked here by my knee. Like something. I don't know what bit me. It could have been a spider. I don't know what bit me.
Could be
But
anything.
whatever bit me,
You were dying of, or you were being poisoned.
I was now being poisoned on the acid. And I was like, oh. And there's only one thing you can do then is phone Dion Cabana.
Dion,
That's
thank
why I
God.
owe him for millions.
Yeah, no, but we all do.
A snake bit me. It was probably like, dude, there's a fucking bosslice.
Yeah,
Whatever. Whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Been a shark attack.
Yeah.
First ever recorded on TV.
A shark bit me.
Dion's like, fuck it, take a
Ugh,
deep
yes,
breath.
just,
Take a deep breath.
I think
Theo.
many times he just answered the phone and he just went like, yes.
He probably just put it down and carried on working.
No. Why did I have to choose friends like this?
Sure, I'm sorry.
He's like
Dion.
a well-respected
I know,
medical
he's
doctor.
an amazing doctor.
Yeah.
He has reprobates like you and I.
Yeah.
He's his mates.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened in that circumstance.
Okay, so that's an interesting story, but
Yeah.
falling asleep under a mountain really trash and then wake up even worse.
Yossi said to me, Arno's brother said to me that he saw me in an Elvis suit one New Year's, and then he saw me 7 days later in the same Elvis
So
suit.
yeah, it's a good news.
I haven't bought yet.
That's a great news.
I'm still there.
Oh my
I'm at
God.
Chef Pond's Asian kitchen. Going,
Up there in Gardens.
Yeah,
No.
so apparently he said to me,
Yours.
Yours said to me
Yeah.
that when he saw me the second time, that I passed out halfway through my car, halfway into my car. So I attempted to climb back into my car,
Yeah.
and I just that was
That
the end of it. Yeah,
No more
so
Elvis.
That's it.
Elvis.
That's it.
Elvis leaving the
That's how that happened.
Oh my
And
God.
then I was back to Chef Pond's.
Oh my God.
Remember that place? I think
I
they
do.
closed now. Eh?
Yeah, I think there's something else there. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I got is the lolly, the ice cream stick up.
Yeah, so the ice cream stick up is the ice cream stick up was a friend of mine. It was a friend of mine, Jan.
You tried to
And
rob.
me.
You tried to rob Jan.
No, Jan tried to rob. I was in the car.
Okay, and where were you? At a McDonald's.
We had a McDonald's. We said, let's go get a McFlurry,
Mm-hmm.
as you do when you score heroin.
Of course.
Let's get him out of there.
Mm.
And then what you do is you rob the dealer.
You robbed the dealer.
You have to rob the dealer if
At
you don't have money
McDonald's.
to you
And
phone
what do you use as a weapon?
ice cream.
Obviously, an ice cream stick.
Try to rob him with the ice cream. The best about that whole story is that afterwards, I phoned back. We robbed the guy.
Yeah,
We took his heroin with the ice cream.
yeah.
He was very cross.
No, I would be too.
He was very cross with us.
Especially being stuck up with an ice cream lolly. It's not even a gun.
Yeah.
Being made to think it's a gun, but it's actually an ice cream gun.
He was upset. But I phoned him back and asked for my heroin. Hey, bro.
Well, listen, I know we just stole from you, but
No, I forgot. We
yeah,
started. It's like
of course.
you were so cross. If I
Just-
could make amends, I would. But that would
But you don't have his
mean
number.
I don't have his number anymore.
Well, that's a good
thing.
That's great. So
That's a
I'm
good thing.
sure the universe has forgiven
Yeah.
everyone for all the times we've had ice cream stick ups.
Yes, yes.
Tristan Smith going, you guys rock. Any old Huncliffe Hotel stories to tell maybe, or will it be overshare? Yeah, like because we haven't
Yeah.
been oversharing already. Let's
Yeah, no,
let's talk about other stuff.
I mean, my number, either I'll have 50% less friends tomorrow on Facebook, you know, and one new guy.
Hey, tell me more.
One,
Tell me more about that story.
Listen.
No, that's the beautiful thing. I just must unfollow. We live in an age now. If you don't like any of this information, where it's coming from, just block it. I still get a bit annoyed at people. I'll go, oh, you know what? I've got a stalker, and they won't leave it. Block
them.
Block it.
Just block a
It's
stalker.
on everything.
Yeah.
I think for the longest time, people were really happy with that story. Oh, I've got a stalker. He will not let me go. Just sends dick
just
pics
block
all the
him.
time and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Just-
unfollow, block,
Yeah.
easy. Report as spam. Bam, it's finished.
Yeah. No, you never have to think about them again.
It's finished, gone. So yeah.
So
that's
at the it was funny enough at the Hunt Club Hotel, we had a show in East London, and we had to drive all the way because that time when you booked shows, it wasn't like you play a Mossel Bay, Knysna, Plettenberg Bay, PE East London, Durban.
Yeah, no, you book it.
No, it's like
your booker sends you Kimberley.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kimberley, Durban, Kimberley, Durban,
Yeah, Bloem.
Bloem, Knysna.
Yeah. I remember
That's it.
Dude, I remember that. Yeah, I've got a last minute gig.
Yeah.
And the owner
You
saying
wanna
you
do it?
must come play for exposure.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of money,
bro.
but it's not a lot of money, but it's great exposure. But okay, kid, we'll drive for 17 hours to get there while we.
Remember those Roxy Rhythm Bar gigs?
Yeah.
Marc Vaz?
Yes.
Jesus, bro.
Marc
Oh,
Vazzy.
sweet.
Shout out Marky.
Jesus, Marc. We were late one morning we were late for the aeroplane. Jesus, he's never driven that fast in that Porsche before.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
But in those days, we used to get to the airport, and we wouldn't even go to the gate until we were being called on the intercom.
Yeah.
Like
Now it's like,
they're going,
this is.
with Mr. Theo Crous, Art Matthews, and all the gang, you are currently holding
Yeah.
up flight 703 going to Port
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
like, yes, it's like
Do. That's when we like.
Ja. Wil jy
Sorry,
nog koffie hê saam met
Sorry.
Ja. Laaste gered. Wil jy nog 'n koffie saam met
Ja,
die
kom ons
wimpie?
maak nog.
Ons gaan nou betaal vir die
one
wimpie
more coffee,
breakfast.
please.
What do I want to say? Oh, at the Hunt Club. And so we had a gig in East London, and the next day we had to play Hunt Club.
Yeah.
So we drove all the way through there. And yes, I was so tired. It was like early New Girls days.
Mm.
And then when I got there, this radio DJ guy said, "Do you want some Coke?" I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't tried it before."
Yeah.
And he gave me some Coke, and I was so awake. I was like, "This is the best." I was so tired. I wanted to go to sleep. Now I'm so awake. But as you know, the two people who are listening that has taken cocaine.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
slippery slip. Ski slope.
It is literally 5 minutes, and then you feel a bit down once again.
Yeah.
But now we're playing already, so I'm like, yes. Oh, now I'm feeling so cuck again.
Yeah.
So, this is not nice.
Not receiving the greatest counsel in our time.
No. That's the other thing is like people are so. I mean, imagine if the 90s was now, we would have never made it. People post shit all the time.
Oh my God, yeah.
You would have never made. And also, people, especially youth, are switched on when it comes to drugs and what to take and what is dangerous
No, the youth
and
of today are
what is
are
not.
way more organized than we were.
I don't know what I was fucking taking. What is this? Pinks.
Fine.
What does it do? I don't care. You know, or what is this? Or if you take it with this.
Yeah, if you combine it with this, then it does this. For
And it's
half
all
an hour.
word of mouth. Like you might tell me, like, listen, bro, if you take take half a cap now,
Yeah.
and then drop a E, and then drop another pull in an hour, he'll be switched on. You know, and that's where I take that's where I take my stuff from is from you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
There's no.
no, there's
certificate,
like
no
you can
doctor's
go to a
certificate.
website and there's a thing
Get
on
it graded and all sorts of exactly.
You can tell people what's going to
Well,
happen to you.
that's what the Silk Road was. That's what he was trying to do. That series on Netflix called Dark Web. I always forget it. It's the story about Silk Road. about that guy got locked up.
Yeah.
I think it's a terrible story, but at least he was doing it was like the eBay of drugs, and it was all cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
and it was traceable, and you could rate if your dealer sold you cuck drugs, give him 1 star. That was
Really?
Yeah, no, it was like the
I wish I
eBay.
could give it because there's some oaks that have sold. There's one guy in Rocky Street that just sold me a gram of salt.
Yeah.
Just a gram of salt.
Yeah.
Nothing, no coke in it.
Yeah.
Just a gram of salt.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. How many star rating would you give him?
That's it.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No tip.
Yeah.
Nothing. A
0
gram of
bad,
salt.
Bad review. TripAdvisor.
Nah, don't go there. Don't go to the
TripAdvisor.
corner of Yeovil and
Yeah.
Coach Street. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Yeah, no, we didn't know. Especially, and then you get like the hippie at the festival. He's like, hey, bro, check. This is a hit. Here we go. This is a hit of mushrooms. Here you go. Yeah, bro. You take this every day of your life. This is grown underneath a tree somewhere. With dogs have been pissing and it's been growing in the cold.
Take it, bro.
How do you know what a hit is? And then everyone goes, is it? It's a hit. And they take it and they just freak the fuck out.
Never.
And,
Their mothers won't recognize them.
No, I know, but you get to like, this is a hit.
Yeah.
He's got like 3 mushrooms in his hand.
Yeah.
That's not a hit.
It's not
According
a hit
to
at all.
who?
I got so lost in Amsterdam like that. When the guy said, I said to the guy, can I have some mushrooms? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, give me your strongest mushrooms. And the guy's like, oh.
I'll give you a hit.
Meh.
Meh. If you hand over mushrooms, you have to make that sound. Meh.
Meh. And I went like, thanks,
That's
buddy.
the sound mushrooms make when they get
And
transported
then he's like,
from hand to hand.
do you want to, let me just see, you'll have a look.
What's this gonna do?
My wife says we are.
We're losing
we're losing people.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Ugh, yes.
Ay, it's so hard to stay current.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we spoke about we weren't talking about heroin long enough.
I'm sorry.
we lost all the interest.
Anyway, yeah. I don't even forgot what.
No man, you were in Amsterdam and some.
And then they give me the mushrooms, and I got lost because Amsterdam is in a circle,
Yes.
and I just couldn't get out of the red light district. Because it's in a circle.
And that's your story, and you're sticking to
It's
it.
It's a circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, look, like we said many times, glamorization of drugs is one thing, but like, it's good to. It's obviously not good to always talk about these times because you can fall into a trap where you go like, "Oh, this is the best time ever," and it wasn't.
and it gets mistaken for glorification as well.
Yeah, and it's not a glorification. It's really just what happened.
Yeah,
Some of it was funny, most of it was not.
Most of it was not.
No.
And 98% of it was not.
Exactly.
Even the stories you've told, they're not actually hysterical. I mean, they're kind of hysterical in hindsight. I think in the moment, it's a sad show of the state of your life.
Exactly.
It's not great.
It's the same thing with anything you do. When you're on something or taking a drug or whatever, it's a feeling you get, but like meanwhile you're dying inside. And you
it's the whole escapism thing and where that
There's
psychology comes from as to why you
exactly.
even want to be doing that. And the age-old excuse, which is bullshit, I think, for musicians, is like, "Oh, bro, come off stage. I've got how do I maintain that high?"
Yeah, it's like
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
There's other ways,
There's other ways that you can do things.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I hadn't come clean, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
So it goes without saying.
Exactly. Also, that is a part of your story. It is the Theo Crous story. We all do have our story, which is great. If it can end as well or continue as well as it's gone with you, then so be it. We all have our different journeys and choices. There can't be any judgment, and if you don't like it, unfollow. But that's the kiff. That's the kiff thing about where we're at and what we have survived. Regardless of the stories and the controversies and all this, we're here to tell the tale. We lived in a generation where, by every right, I mean, if you think of the amount of time we were in vehicles driven by drunks.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, the amount of times we do. I mean, think about how many times we've been in drunk driving cars.
Yeah,
Alone.
that's crazy.
Like, that's a whole nother thing associated
Yeah.
to that chapter. Like how we weren't all written off.
No, it's amazing. I mean, it's really a miracle, and through all these this journey, I wouldn't give up my sobriety for anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's given me so much.
Yeah.
It's given me work.
Yeah.
I can actually play in my band
Yeah.
and play better music than what I've ever played before.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
No, you've grown. I mean, you've
yeah.
got like a doctorate in music stuff or something.
I'm studying PhD at UCT now. Yeah.
In what?
Oh.
Marc McCree says, call me tomorrow, dude. 8 a.m. Get some doors.
Yeah, lekker, bro.
Okay, shoot. At least no one will know when we're surfing tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Marc.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Now I've got a crowded lineup. What are you studying? Tell the Mensa.
So I did a master's degree in professional practice. It's a master at arts. I did my master's in songwriting. And then I enrolled at commerce at UCT for a PhD in business science by the School of Applied Management.
Oh, sick.
So I'm studying how a group of people can creatively work better together.
Yeah.
So from the specific standpoint of producer and artist relations, what different jobs do you assign to whoever is in a band? And people have different jobs in a band. Sometimes you have the most technically proficient artist you've ever seen in your whole life, but they cannot write a song for shit.
Yeah.
But they are very good. Like in our band, I'm very good at structuring. Arno's very good at a rough layout. Adrian's very good at painting.
Yeah.
Frans was very good at constructing.
Yeah.
So each of us have a job, and not everybody is a great songwriter.
Yeah.
It is a combination of things that leads us to a successful outcome.
Yeah.
So what I am studying is how these relationships, why these relationships are successful, and how we can apply this in not even in music but even in business, and how we can manage creativity better. Because so many times have I seen in a studio bands have issues.
Yeah.
Because
Blocking the flow.
They're blocking the flow because one person thinks he knows better about a certain thing than the other person. And as soon as you make someone realize that you're really good at this.
Yeah.
You're not good at that, but you should let this person do it because they're so good.
Yeah.
I give, like a lot of times I speak about Prime Circle and Marco. Marco in that band is the commercial aspect of Prime Circle.
Yeah.
That is him.
Driving force, yeah.
You know? He is the guy that has got the commercial aspect in that band. Yeah. And I think he's a major reason, except for doing the business area stuff in that band. He's the reason why that band, in my opinion,
100%
is successful.
It won't be argued.
You know? You need that in a band. Yeah. You know? Like I think in a certain degree, I'm also the commercial pupil in the New Girls. Like I listen to some commercial music. Yeah. Arne does too, but I think I listen to more than the I don't listen to...
Arne's got an out there playlist.
Yeah, no. He sent me many playlists.
I love it.
Like, yes,
sometimes I'll track for you like, yo.
Skip dying.
It sounds like a band was made by the Oaks with a scrum of your combi. They got together, decided to make a band afterwards.
Yes, bro.
But it's amazing that you guys actually found that dynamic so long ago, and just even in your like crazy state, you guys were already identifying who had the strengths to do what. And I guess for a long time for most of the time Ginger did the same, and Prime Circle has the same. They do respect their own kind of roles that they play, and that's what makes a band. And and the other thing that makes a band and everything is songs.
If you don't have songs, you've got nothing.
Songs, I would say, the most important thing.
If you can't play a song in its most basic form on an acoustic guitar, whatever instrument you wrote it on, then then the battle is lost.
Yeah, 100%. I totally.
If someone
agree.
comes in with a song that is, I did the demo, you're like, yeah, lekker, but just play it on guitar for me.
Exactly. If you can't sing the verse and chorus or something
Yeah.
like that, then yeah.
Just play it on guitar for me, that's lekker. If you can play it on guitar and it's got a basic melody,
Yeah.
then the song's going to be cool. You know.
So how much have you been surfing lately?
Just I've been surfing a lot through COVID. Excuse me, through COVID, I had like a long haul COVID, and it's my heart. I'd like a
Shit,
Bluetooth
yeah,
thing
yeah.
put in my heart.
Talk us through that little story quickly.
So, so I was working in the studio and I fell over. My heart rate dropped to I don't know what 25 or whatever, and
Yo,
it fell over.
That is not a good resting heart rate.
No, but the funny thing is there was actually a guy recording on the other side, and then Michelle phoned me, and then we phoned ER, and a friend of mine came, to
Dion again.
no, he came to pick me up, but this guy's still recording. He's still on the other side. And anyway, so
collapsed.
yeah.
Oh,
So now we're going into the ER, and now I'm lying in the ER, and I'm saying goodbye to my wife. I'm like seriously thinking this is the end. I'm looking at the light, and I'm going, this is the last thing.
Go to the light. Go into the light.
And there's a dude next to me. I can't see him, but I hear him. He's going, oh God, I'm dying. Help me. And I'm going like, Lord, please.
Oh, please come up.
Can I
Final
just-
few hours on minutes.
Can I
on Earth
just
be
please the
in
last couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Can I please just have some? Can you just give me a break?
peace. Yeah.
Anyway, so they get me, they put me on a thing and EKG, and they managed to stabilize me and everything. It's all repercussions of it's COVID as well, but like more drug use.
So you had
and stuff
COVID?
like that. I've COVID twice.
Only
Lekker.
I mean, you always have to be a show off with
Yeah.
afflictions.
Sommer twee keer.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez, like okay.
And so me and my wife were sitting there, and we hear the doctor coming to talk to the dude next door, and he's like, "Sir, you're fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You should not smoke too much marijuana."
Through the THC,
I
the
was like,
THC
"I'm
overdose.
dying!"
The THC. People don't realize I'm.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but I don't do well with weed, and
Yeah.
I'm sadly actually allergic to THC. But that THC overdose is one of the worst because that's what happens. You're like, it can be one of the worst. He's like, you must just not smoke so much.
Yeah.
That's the prescription I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Don't smoke so much.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah. So he was fine. There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, and yeah, you were trying to
messed
die,
up.
trying to
I'm
die
trying to
in
just
peace.
die in peace.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, just I'm just light.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I'm seeing, and there's a guy next to me.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm fine now. I started surfing properly like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
Last year I couldn't surf, and now I'm surfing every day or trying to surf.
I'm gonna join
every
you.
day.
I need to get back in the water.
Yeah.
Who comes tomorrow, but 8?
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock.
Ja, lekker met
How do I
u.
get there, but?
Yes, it's by far.
I'll see if you're around.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totes, bro.
Hundreds. Well, bro,
What?
Theo, I love you. I appreciate you. And
Love
thanks
you too, man.
thanks for sharing the story. I hope you guys have learned something out of this. And this is just part of the story. And it's we're lucky to be here.
Yeah,
We're
yes,
lucky to
dude.
have you. You've done super well, bro. It's really cool, and it's a pleasure that we can still go and play golf and
Yes,
pretend to surf
Yeah.
and still make music is one of our big blessings that I guess we're only now starting to appreciate. You know.
Lekker, my bro.
Yeah, my bro. Big love, and share this with people who you think might want to know the story. And thanks for logging on tonight. Be safe, be cool, be healthy, and mainly be lekker. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Cheers, yellow. Bye, no. Bye.